If you were a child in the 90s, or the 2000s, or maybe even today, and also happen to be Christian, you may know the name Veggietales. The series of videos created by Phil Vischer and Mike Naraki, where CGI fruits and vegetables taught lessons from the Bible. With the series having an over 30-year-long history, you bet there's some lost media that's oozed from the cracks. Like my Sonic Lost Media video, this isn't an iceberg so much as me just compiling as much lost and found media as I could manage and reporting it. So yeah, here it is. Let's start with where it all began, and when I say that, I mean it. The very first Veggietales video, Where's God When I'm Scared, was lost media for a while. Specifically, the first ever print of the VHS that was given out to family and friends to test out the show. Besides the different box art, the only other differences this version had were the theme song being less finished and the story segments having individual credits. This version of Where's God When I'm Scared only had 500 copies made, and was lost until 2017 when YouTube user Junior Adventurer got their hands on a copy, ripped it, and uploaded it online. Another entry here is the lost Silly Song. For those who don't know, silly songs are what they sound like. A silly intermission from the main story, almost always featuring Larry the Cucumber, with another character singing about whatever. For 2012's Robin Good and His Not So Merry Men, there was a silly song planned for it called Tornado Hunters, about Larry, Jimmy, and Mr. Nezer catching tornadoes in nets. The song was fully finished, but after a series of tornadoes hit the southern United States, the song was pulled at the last minute out of respect. There's even an error on the Robin Good DVD that shows Tornado Hunters in the scene select instead of the song that replaced it, Bubble Wrap. Digging around online, there was a color script for the song found in January 2024. In March 2024, co-creator Phil Vischer shared some of the lyrics to the song in an interview. Then finally, in October 2024, the ultimate unofficial Veggietales channel received the full songs from an anonymous source and posted it online. Along with this recent find, another piece of Veggietales lost media was found in the same month, in the same way, by the same channel, this case being a song from a Christmas album. The song Was He a Boy Like Me had an animated music video that played during a Very Veggie Christmas Live in 2006. Previously, only the storyboards could be found, and while the music video was featured on an animator's website, it no longer exists there. Thanks to the unofficial Veggietales channel and the anonymous source, we have the full video once more. Speaking of live shows, let's talk about those. Starting with Veggietales Live, these were a series of shows done sporadically from 2002 to 2015. These featured the titular characters as full-body costumes, with human actors performing alongside them. Out of the 9 shows performed under Veggietales Live, only 3 are completely found. God Made You Special Live, Sing Yourself Silly, and Happy Birthday Bob and Larry. The rest are partially found, while A Very Veggie Christmas Live is completely lost.
Hey guys, Ada with an editor's note now. 2 more live shows have been found as of February 2025. Just thought I'd add that. Live on Stage from 2002 and Rocking Tour Live from 2005. These have both been officially found now. So yeah, one step closer to getting all of them.
There are also shows that were specifically made to perform at Silver Dollar City in Missouri and Dollywood in Tennessee. In these, the only full-body costumes were of Bob and Larry, while the rest of the characters were puppets. The Dollywood show Veggietales Live on Stage toured briefly in 2003, then returned with an updated look from 2007 to 2008. The stories were retellings of older videos as told by Bob and the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. Silver Dollar City's show, A Very Veggie Review, followed a similar formula and also included silly songs, running from 2002 until 2004. Then in 2008, an exclusive show ran at the park called The Invention of Silliness. While photos and brief clips of both venues have made their way online, Dollywood's retelling of Lyle the Kindly Viking is the only show that's been fully found. It was discovered in June 2024 by user Professor Slendercat and uploaded onto YouTube by What's the Big Idea. Next, there's Veggietales on TV and on the radio. Let's start with TV. Veggietales aired on NBC's children block Kubo for a time in the mid-2000s. Episodes were edited down to fit the shorter TV slot, which meant cutting down longer scenes or chunks of the story altogether. These edits also included the removal of any religious references, but stories centered around the Bible did still air. The show ran for 2 seasons, although half of season 2 went unaired due to the show's cancellation. Adding on, many more episodes went missing simply due to the passage of time. When news about the TV version of Veggietales being lost hit the mainstream, many local TV stations took it upon themselves to rerun the show, including the unaired episodes of season 2. The series wasn't fully found until September of 2023, when King George and the Duckies episode was uploaded to archive.org. Going along with TV broadcasts, There was another Veggietales TV show made, but unlike the last one, this was exclusive to Brazil. It was called Os Amigos Veggietales, and instead of animated segments framing the stories, Os Amigos Veggietales used live-action costumes. Only a handful of these live-action segments can be found online, while the rest remain lost. Now you're probably thinking, well, those are cool and all, but Veggietales had a radio show? Yes, they did for a short while. They were only retellings of existing stories, starting with the newest video at the time, Gideon Tuba Warrior. Because of the short runtime of the broadcasts, and because they were edited audio versions of existing videos, it's unknown if anyone recorded these at the time. Until then, every episode is completely lost. And more than radio shows, there were also radio interviews. These were purely promotional as a way to advertise the newest video releases, including for Big Idea's other series, 321 Penguins and the 2D Larry Boy series. CDs were sent to local radio stations that included radio spots, audio clips, and songs from the video being promoted, and pre-recorded answers to interview questions, kind of like Gorillaz' We're the Dury or the Apex tapes.
Well, the big advantage is that I can still change the channel when I lose a remote, but the disadvantage is that it's kind of hard to pull my superhero costume over my head.
18 of these CDs are known to exist, and out of these, 8 are fully found, 4 are partially lost, and the rest are completely lost.
Hey again, another editor's note. It seems now that there are more. So now out of the 18, we have 14 fully found, 2 partially found, and 2 completely lost. They gotta stop finding this stuff while I'm making these videos. Like, come on, man, really? But in all seriousness, that's awesome. There's a lot more that have been found.
Next is Veggietales web games, starting with one made as a promotion for 2005's Duke and the Great Pie War. This one is unique in that it was also part of a sweepstakes event from February 23rd to March 20th of that year, where the person with the highest score would win Veggietales merchandise. This game would still be available to play until 2011 when Big Idea's website got revamped. A broken game file existed on archive.org and only took players as far as the loading screen. Later, in March 2020, Lost Media Wiki user ComputerDude77 found the full game on Paramery.net and uploaded it to Flashpoint. The gameplay is fairly simple, with the player using the arrow keys to aim a catapult and using the space bar to determine a launch speed to toss Mr. Lunt into a bucket of slime. There are other Flash games that were on Big Idea's website back in the day, but were taken down after the website was revamped in 2014. Out of the 15 games noted to be on the website, only 6 are found. The rest are completely lost and cannot be accessed through the Internet Archive, though some gameplay footage does exist online. Now let's move on to Jonah, the first Veggietales theatrical release. The movie itself can be easily found, but there are some bits of lost media for it, such as this promotional set. This was the whale watching party kit, given to churches that included a video, activities, posters, 2 free tickets to see the Jonah movie, and a sing-along video. Most of the activities included with this kit remain lost. What we do have includes a few PDFs describing the event and some activity inserts, and the video included with the kit. The video was first uploaded in August 2019 on archive.org by Lost Media Freak 2003, but was later taken down until it was re-uploaded in May 2021 by Weirdo 2003. Moving on, there exists cut footage from the movie. Firstly, there were multiple scenes of Khalil the caterpillar eating a snack called Twisted Leaf Fleas. This was changed to him eating Mr. Twisty's cheese curls to connect with the later plot point in the movie. There is an error near the end where the Twisted Leafy's logo is still shown, and it's unknown how often it would have appeared in the movie. There's also an older version of the ending where Pa Grape would be revealed as the king of Nineveh. However, this made no sense, as Pa Grape was telling the story of Jonah as one of the pirates who don't do anything. This caused the ending to be rewritten with a new character named Mr. Twisty and spawning the cheese curl plot point. Concept art of Pa Grape as the king, as well as storyboards of this ending exist. There's also part of the Jonah commentary where this deleted content is mentioned. Finally, there's a lost book that was made to promote the movie, called Khalil and the Big Gulp. This was a retelling of the movie's events from the view of Khalil the caterpillar. It was mentioned in multiple publications as being slated for release, but was cancelled for an unknown reason. Last, but definitely not least, there's another Veggietales movie to talk about, but this one was actually scrapped. The movie was called The Bob and Larry Movie, and was going to be released in 2005, but was cancelled when Big Idea went bankrupt in 2003. In 2004, Phil Vischer stated on his website that there were talks of the Bob and Larry movie going into production still, only if their next movie, The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, was a success. The Pirates movie released in 2008, and it underperformed at the box office. Thus, the Bob and Larry movie never saw the light of day. Despite that, we do have a lot of information on the movie, including concept art, a color script, even plot details. According to Phil Vischer, the movie was going to be an in-universe prequel to the Veggietales series, and detailed how Bob the Tomato and Larry the Cucumber first met. This movie would have also featured human characters alongside the talking fruits and vegetables. This included a boy named Dexter and his father, and the owner of a soup factory. The villain's model was later confirmed by former director Brian Roberts to be used in a VeggieTales segment, Dr. Jiggle and Mr. Sly, as part of 2004's A Snoodle's Tale. As a final note, Phil Vischer has confirmed he has the entire script to the Bob and Larry movie, but can't share it due to the script's rights being held by NBC Universal. And this is the end of the list, I guess. But it was cool getting to compile all this and do the research. I really like talking about these kinds of lost media, about things that have been a part of my childhood. I did grow up with VeggieTales for quite a time, so this was fun to look back on and just recognize how much I remembered from all the videos that released. I'm rambling, but you kind of get the idea. So anyway, thank you for making it this far. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, show appreciation. And I will see you in the next video, so bye!